Good morning, good day, good evening. It is sunrise here in Ashland, Oregon. I've got my kitty Stevie Nicks, and we're all ready to go to bring you a gentle, gentle yoga practice. We will actually begin on our feet today, but I wanted to read our theme to you as you get yourself standing into Dasana, and I will join you in just a moment. I absolutely love the Japanese art of Kintsugi. And if you've never heard of it, it's this incredible, beautiful tradition in Japan where broken objects are often repaired with gold. The flaw is seen as a unique piece of the object's history, which adds to its beauty. So consider this next time you feel broken. Easier said than done, I know, but to think of our broken places repaired with gold as these incredible, beautiful, shiny, amazing pieces of us that are actually beautiful and bring more beauty to us. Loving ourselves, warts and all, as we say. So that's our theme today, and I'll read a little bit more at the end during Shavasana. So we will begin standing at the top of the mat. And while you're arriving on your mat, so I'll face you, but you're going to be up at the top of your mat in a beautiful Tadasana shape, mountain. Tada is mountain in Sanskrit. Asana is shape or posture. And as you're standing tall in Tadasana, you want to feel the power of the earth beneath you. You've got this incredible foundation wherever you're standing, whether it's inside, outside, inside the facility that you're doing yoga with others or all by yourself. You're arriving on your mat, you're feeling the power of the earth beneath you. And soften the knees and stay heavy in your heels and your tailbone. So it's like you're just doing a very gentle pelvic tilt, kind of making your low back just open up a little bit back there at the lumbar spine. And then take a deep breath in, spread your fingers wide, reach your fingers up to the heavens, and then exhale, hands right into your heart. Close down your eyes. Maybe bow your head slightly. And let's tune in. Feel your breath. Hear the sounds around you. And as you're breathing there, thinking about our theme, that beautiful Japanese art of Kintsugi, where flaws are repaired in gold. All those scars, all those flaws, all those broken parts repaired with gold, and it adds to the object's beauty. It's a beautiful metaphor for life for us as humans, learning to love ourselves no matter what. So let's take a deep breath in here and exhale. Beautiful. Flutter your eyes back open. Let your hands come down by your sides. And let's just take a nice deep breath in. So reach up, rise up, spread your fingers, lift your heart, and then exhale, arms come back down. And let's do that again. Inhale, reach and rise. Lift your heart. And then exhale, spread those fingers, come on down. And we'll try a little bit of a back bend on this next one. So inhale, reach and rise. And then gently lift up with your heart and pull gently forward with your hips. Squeeze your booty. Exhale down with your hands and bring them back right into your heart. And let's try that again. Deep breath in, reach and rise. Big breath, gentle bend back. And then exhale, the hands come to the heart. And then release the hands back down to the sides into Tadasana and roll your shoulders. We'll open up the shoulders and get them moving. Kind of notice if you hear any cracklies, I sure do. Movement, we're alive, we're human, flaws and all, warts and all. Reverse, draw those shoulders forward. I like to go slow and full range of motion. You do you. But if you slow down and really feel your way through this, it helps to really bring the synovial fluid to the joint, get things moving. All right, let's take the hands and fingers and just squeeze a couple times. And then extend your arms in front of you, squeeze your arms out, plug your shoulders in first, elbows are soft. And then dial your hands open and then dial them away and then in. And try to get as much of a wrist flex as you can. So you're pulling your fingers kind of back towards your shoulders and then dialing, opening the wrists and the shoulders. And then release that. Okay. Take the knees and lift them up one at a time. Now, if you need to hold on, please feel free. Otherwise, lift one knee and then the other. Maybe point your toes for a few. And then for a challenge, maybe flex your foot for a few. It really changes it. A little humbling here. We're warming up the hip flexors when we lift the knees up, and you're also working your core muscles, so be aware of that and stand tall and strong. Okay, so another warm-up that I love to do is extending the heel towards the glutes. In other words, kick your own butt, kick your own rear. It's a really nice way to open up the quadriceps and then warm up the hamstrings. Very good. Okay, so let's warm up the neck. Standing up nice and tall, again in Tadasana. Lift the toes, spread them wide, and then place them down as wide as they'll go. Fan them out if you can. Soften the knees, tailbone is heavy, and then lower your chin straight down. And then roll your left ear over to your left shoulder. And then come on down in the center. And then your right ear over to your right shoulder. And then just yogi's pace, your own breath. I like to inhale when the ear reaches the shoulder and then exhale in the center. And let's just take a few more. Really opening up the neck. Feeling all those spaces. Maybe you've got a few sticky areas of sore neck. Feel free to kind of pause if you need to. Next time you're down in the center, bring your head back up to neutral. Take a deep breath in, reach, spread your fingers wide, and exhale, hands come down. Interlace your fingers behind your back. If you can't interlace, just get your hands as close as you can. Pull your shoulders down, keep your elbows soft, and pull back gently, gently. Lift your heart, pull your hands down. Squeeze your booty, lift your toes, engage your core, draw the shoulders down, keep your collarbones nice and wide. There's a lot to do here to keep this really beautiful posture. A lot of work, but it's worth it. And then release that and just kind of shake it out. We're going to take a standing ragdoll, so allow yourself to just float freely side to side. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Just waking up the body. Bringing in some incredible synovial fluid to every joint. Synovial fluid is released in each joint capsule to create some fluidity of movement. When we're stiff from not moving, it's, kind of dormant and not really being released. So when we move, it's released, allowing for more freedom of movement, which is nice the older we get, right? Okay, stand up nice and tall at the top of your mat. Hands to the heart, Tadasana. Squeeze your butt, lift your toes. Tuck your tailbone, heavy shoulders down. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, place your toes back down. Inhale, reach and rise. Take a big, giant, sweeping breath up. Maybe you lean back a little bit. And then exhale the hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale, reach and rise, gentle. Take a back bend. Exhale the hands to the heart. We're going to take a standing twist. So inhale, reach and rise, big breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your right arm behind you and your left arm in front of you. And try to get them front and back instead of, one kind of to the side. See if you can get them directly apart from one another. And then I've got a little tip for you. Pull your left hip back just a little bit and your right hip forward. Ooh, big squeeze. Inhale, reach and rise, both arms up. And then exhale, other way. Left arm behind, right arm front, and just notice the difference between the sides if one side's easier. I know I have one side that's a lot easier. Drag your left hip forward and your right hip back. Ooh, twisting through that torso. Inhale, reach and rise. Let's do it again. Exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, open twist to the left. Inhale, rise. This time on the exhale, come back to a cactus. So you're going to lift your elbows, lift your heart. Keep breathing. Hands come behind or back kind of towards the floor. Inhale, reach and rise again. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. All right. So we'll do that again, breath to breath, and then we're going to take a forward fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Big breath. Exhale, right, twist. Open to the right. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, twist, open to the left. Inhale, reach and rise. Get up there. Maybe lean back a little bit first. And then exhale, maybe lean back even more for your cactus. Inhale, reach and rise. And then exhale, take your first forward fold and bend your knees deliciously first. And then maybe anchor across your thighs and let your head be heavy. I really like to make the hips heavy on the first one. So in other words, I'm bending my knees a lot. And then as much as you can, let your head be heavy. And then for those of you that are already just all the way into your forward fold, just let yourself sink down into the best forward fold. Take a nice deep breath. And just hanging here for another moment, or breath, I should say. All right, inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. Sweep those arms open. And then exhale, hands come to the heart. If you get dizzy, then make sure you just take your time coming up, right? You might have to slow down on your way back up. All right, let's do that again, breath to breath. Inhale, reach and rise. Big breath in. Exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, open twist to the left. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, gentle forward fold. Keep the knees as soft as they need to be. Let your head be heavy. Let your neck relax. You should really, really allow your head to be heavy here and not try to hold it up. One more breath here. Get ready to root to rise. Big breath in. Inhale as you rise up. Open those angel wings. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. We'll add on a half lift. And just as a reminder, half lift can be anchored at your shins. It can be anchored at your thighs. It can be anchored if you can touch the ground, or if you have blocks, that's very helpful. But the main thing is you're pulling your heart away and the crown of your head away from your tailbone. So no matter where I'm at, I'm pushing against to pull my heart forward. So there's a strategy here. There's a nice strategy here. Okay, here we go. Inhale, reach and rise, big breath. Exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, reach and rise, big breath. Exhale, open twist to the left. Maybe you're feeling a little more limber. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, reach the heart to the sky. Inhale, rise. Exhale, float all the way down to forward fold, or modify and hold yourself up. Now inhale, half lift, and we'll hold this for 3 breaths. So again, you're anchoring somewhere, pulling your heart forward. Core is nice and tight. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Avoid the knee joint. So if you need to come up here, that's fine. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Gentle bend back. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to add a modified chair, and then we'll go to the ground. So it's going quickly. We have gentle yoga that goes pretty quickly. Inhale, reach and rise, gentle bend back. Exhale, open up to a right twist. Remember to pull the right hip forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open up to the left. Pull the left hip forward. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, cactus, lift your heart, lift your elbows. Inhale, rise. Exhale, float all the way down to standing forward fold. Bend those knees deliciously as much as you need to. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way back up. Reach the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, place the hands on the hips and draw your elbows together in the back. Pull your heart forward, shoulders down. Inhale here. And then exhale, sit your hips back. Now, if you feel more comfortable with your arms released out to the sides, that's fine. So you can go thumbs to the sacrum, or you can even take the backs or the palms to the sacrum. And I like to sink in, pull my elbows together and lift my heart, not your chin, your heart. And then make your tailbone heavy and make your heels heavy. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it, I promise. Hold yourself here. Take a deep breath here. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up. And exhale, hands come to the heart. So we'll do the chair again. It's hard to hold the chair, isn't it? Because you're in an isometric hold. So you're not alone if you find that hard to work those legs like that. All right, so we're just going to go to the chair. So take a deep breath in, reach and rise. Exhale, hands to the hips or straight forward this time. Inhale again. Exhale, sink to chair. So plug the shoulders down. Shoulders are heavy, tailbone is heavy, heels are heavy. Heart should be shining forward. If you're looking down and your arms are down here, then release the knees a little bit and bring your chest back up. Your heart should be shining forward in chair. Maybe slightly downward, but not down. Okay, hold this for one more breath. We've got this. Inhale. Exhale, rise. Ooh, my heart rate goes up. All right, let's take that one more time. Deep breath in, reach and rise. The whole thing, we'll do the whole thing. Exhale, open to the right. Reach the right arm back. Inhale, reach and rise. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, open, twist to the left. Inhale, reach and rise. Cactus arms, lift your heart, lift your elbows. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, float all the way down to standing forward fold, or bend your knees a lot if you need to. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, sink your hips. Hips are heavy, heels are heavy, shoulders are heavy. Arms are out in front. If you want to make this more difficult, then bring your arms up by your ears. It's very, very hard. Big breath in. Exhale, rise. And squeeze your booty when you bring your hands to your heart. Tadasana. Beautiful job. All right, so we're going to do one more modified, those are modified sun salutations. We're going to do one more. And when we do we're just going to do the half lift and then go to the floor. So if you need to get to the floor a different way, please feel free. I know everyone has their own style and not all bodies are made for all these moves. So you do you. All right, hands at the heart to Dasana. Oh. Okay, hi Stevie. Hands at the heart. Okay, inhale, reach and rise. Big breath in, gentle bend back. Exhale, float all the way down to standing forward fold. Inhale up to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the mat. Set your knees down, hands and knees right on that mat. And we'll take some cat-cows. So take an inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your heart. And then we will exhale to cat. Inhale for cow, pull your heart forward, lift your tailbone, lift your heart. And then exhale, tuck. Two more. Inhale, rise up, cow. Exhale, tuck for cat. Last time, inhale, rise up for cow. And then exhale, tuck for cat. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to have, we're going to have a seat in a moment, but I want to bring you down on your belly first. So gently come all the way down onto your belly and your elbows and your forearms into Sphinx. And again, if you're doing extra gentle yoga, there's a chance that this will be really, really uncomfortable for you. And I totally understand that. Just give it a try, do a little bit at a time. If you're able, rise up on your elbows, pull your shoulders back, your shoulder blades come together. I like to take the tops of my feet and push them into the ground so much so that my knees might even come off. And then I pull my heart forward, dig my elbows in, pull my rib cage towards the front, drop the chin ever so slightly to keep the neck long, squeeze the backside, breathe. And then release that and just bring yourself down. Place your forehead on a pillow you make by stacking your hands. And just breathe. Breathe, rest. One more breath here. All right, as you're ready, bring yourself over onto your back. And on your back, bend your knees so that you protect the low back. At this point, I know a lot of people need a pillow, so feel free to put a pillow under your head or a support under your lumbar spine. Bring one knee into the chest and then rotate that ankle. And reverse. Just feel the earth beneath you. Feel yourself breathing. And then go ahead and stamp the bottom foot or the left foot on the ground and bring the right knee into the chest, and or I don't know if I told you which side last time, so just do the other side, I apologize. And then just rotate that ankle. And as your knee is into your chest, you're giving your hip a nice work here for the bone inside the socket, and your glutes are stretching, and you've got all of these hip flexors pulling in. And then release that to the ground and stamp both feet on the ground next to your butt, and we're preparing for a bridge. So take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you lift your hips, heart comes up to the chin, tuck your chin, squeeze your booty, and then come back down. And we'll do that 2 more times. So these are rolling bridges. Inhale, exhale, rise up with those hips. And if you need to take extra breaths, please do so. And then come back down. And we'll take 1 more deep breath here. Exhale, rise up. And then come back down. All right, now if you can do this, it's very hard for some people, so please don't worry if you can't do this, but we're going to take a butterfly, bottoms of the feet together, knees away from one another. I like to put my arms in cactus on this one. And there have been times when my hips are so tight that this is really uncomfortable. So if you need to put a block or something under each side, it can be helpful to let you open your hips without feeling really all that discomfort. Should be mild to moderate discomfort, but don't go to the red zone of pain. 1 more breath here. And then draw the knees back together. Draw your left knee into your chest, and we'll take a half a happy baby. Half a happy baby can be hands behind the knee, or if you can reach, see if you can put your peace fingers around your big toe. Some people like to kind of open and close the knee a few times, and you'll just let that hang out there to the side for just a breath. And then the other side, half a happy baby on the right side. So again, it could be just grabbing behind the knee, opening up the knee, maybe grabbing the big toe or the side of your foot or somewhere, wherever you're comfy. There's a lot of different ways to do this. And then if it feels good, maybe bend and open the knee a few times. You can also use a strap here. All right. Stamp that foot on the ground. Let's take one more lifting of the hips. A nice bridge. And then bring that back down. We're going to take Shavasana now. So you can stay here with your knees up. You can drop the knees toward one another and take the feet apart for a fallen bridge. It's kind of a nice alternative to having legs straight. Traditional Shavasana is legs straight, but it hurts some people's backs to lay down flat on the ground like this. So if this feels better, please come here. Otherwise, if you're okay with extended legs, please feel free to take your Shavasana now. And remember, there are several ways to enjoy Shavasana. The one I just showed with the knees bent, or your arms can be to your sides, palms down, legs extended. You can take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Sometimes it's fun to do a snow angel, taking the feet apart and the arms above the head, and then you just kind of let everything fall back where it may. And it's just beautiful to lie wherever you're comfortable. And for gentle, we'll do a really short Shavasana. And I will read. So please stay there and just enjoy. You're seated, or, and that's the other thing I didn't say, you can also sit during Shavasana if that's more comfortable. But in your Shavasana, wherever you are, I'm going to read a little more about Kintsugi, excuse me, and this Japanese art of repairing broken objects with gold. So as you're breathing there, heavy into the floor, just let these words land as they may. Kintsugi can be seen as a powerful metaphor for human resilience. In our lives, we all experience moments of pain, loss, and trauma that can leave us emotionally wounded. But like Kintsugi, we can choose to repair these wounds and transform them into something beautiful and valuable. This ancient Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold, it's this practice of, rather than hiding the cracks, Kintsugi highlights them, filling the broken places with shimmering lacquer as a way to honor the object's history, not erase it. Like those golden seams, the places in us that have been cracked by grief, pain, or challenge are not signs of weakness. They are evidence of our resilience, our healing, our beauty. What has been broken is not discarded, it is transformed. Today, let your breath be the gold. Let your movement be the mending. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be whole. So as those words sink in, I will leave you in silence. I'll guide you out in a minute. Take a nice deep breath in and let it go. Wiggle your fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Draw one knee into your chest and then the other if you're on your back. And then sink over to one side or the other in the fetal position where your bottom arm serves as your pillow. And you actually try to bring your knees up into your chest and give yourself a hug. It's one of the best postures ever. It's restorative, kind, safe. And then as you're ready, bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position of your choice. When you are ready, take a deep breath in. And exhale the hands right to the heart. Maybe close your eyes and bow your head. And remember that beautiful, beautiful practice, that Japanese tradition of repairing any flaw or break with gold. And I love, love, love that we're not here to be perfect, we're here to be whole. And those breaks are actually stronger when they've been repaired with gold. Think of yourself as just stronger all over the place. Every wound, every trauma, all your pain. Thank you for practicing with me today. Have a beautiful rest of your day or evening. Namaste.